The engine has finally give way for Greg Biffle. He has been able to keep the race car on the apron, trying to avoid littering any oil around the racetrack. Let's take an inside look at what's happening now in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, brought to you by Sprint and Evo 4G, America's first 4G phone. Kevin Harvick, the point leader, entering. He is still in the point lead despite problems tonight. Fastest lap time tonight, Jeff Gordon. For more NASCAR stats and live in-car audio, check out NASCAR Sprint Cup Mobile and the new Evo, only from Sprint at sprint.com/speed. Greg Biffle has gotten off the racetrack and taken his car to the garage. And while we were away, Dale Earnhardt Jr. made a green flag pit stop. He's 30th, 2 laps down, and here comes Jimmie Johnson. This would be a scheduled stop for the 48. It will happen at lap 229. To Matt Yoakum.
Slightly different cycle. Jimmie Johnson, Chad Canals had him about a lap or two from running out of fuel. He was hoping they were going to throw a caution to the 16 of Biffle blowing up. That would help their situation. Caution didn't come. They finally brought the car down. It has just been tight all night long. Another chassis adjustment for Johnson.
Jimmie Johnson led the first 92 laps of this race after starting on the front row. Had a miscue getting on pit road during a cycle of green flag pit stops. Had a tire problem, popped the wall. Eventually went 2 laps down, and as Matt Yoakum pointed out of sequence with the leaders, had to make a green flag pit stop here and puts him even further in the hole.
50.
Saw David Rudiman leading the race. Second and third, Jeff Gordon and Clint Boyer right here. And how about Carl Edwards? Entered this night 12th in the standings. Needed something good to happen to help his position in points and also to gain some momentum, and they have answered the bell.
And this may be the best run Carl's had all year long. I mean, these guys have struggled off and on, but this may be the best run as you see the leaders peeling off and starting down pit road right here.
First, let's go to Phil.
David Rudiman brings his leading car in the pits, the Tom's Toyota. This probably will be the last pit stop. No changes in 4 tires, Marty.
Jeff Gordon pitting at the same time from the second position. He said, really what I want is a little bit more security at the beginning of the run. They'll put another piece of tape on the grill and make an air pressure and a wedge adjustment, trying to get the car a little bit loosened up off the corner, Matt.
And our pole sitter, Jimmy McMurray, trying to do something he's never done, and that's win from the pole. But Kevin Mannion going to have to make a significant adjustment. The car just way too free. Meanwhile, the 14 of Tony Stewart, back to school pace scheme, trying to get back to victory lane. Adjustments across the back, both track bar and wedge. The car just gets tighter as the run goes on, Ralph.
53 car Clint Boyer stayed out, led a lap, got those 5 bonus points. Now they're going to go up a half a round on the track bar. This should be the adjustment that he's hoping for to maybe go after that win that he felt like he should have had just a week ago at Daytona. Casey Kane coming in. That car has had some major adjustments to him this week. They've been working on that car, trying to get it just the way he's needed. They made wholesale changes on it. 4 tires and fuel for him, Matt.
Carl Edwards making his way down to his pit stall for Bob Osborne to fix his race car. It's now on the tight side, but there was a window where he said the car was almost perfect, and then it slowly started to go tight. A slight chassis adjustment expected for the 99 of Edwards. Ralph?
Martin Truex is in. They're going to take 4 tires of fuel, make a track bar adjustment on this car. That's going to be it for him, and he's ready to get underway.
Mark Martin flirting with the top 10 on that run. Ralph, car just a little bit too loose for Mark. They're going to go down a half round on the track bar, trying to tighten it up just a little bit. Also an air pressure adjustment for this 5 car. They need just a little bit, Mark said, and maybe they can get to the top 5, top 10.
Scheduled green flag pit stops. Elliott Sadler, one of the last of those to come down pit road and get his service. See top of your screen, 32 laps to go. Everyone is in their window to be able to go the distance from here. Montoya has not pitted yet, so he is the race leader. When it cycles through, Rudiman will be at the lead of the pack, Phil.
And he is reporting that he has a pretty significant vibration. Rodney Childers, crew chief, jumped up all the tire guys gave him a thumbs up, saying that we had all the tires and all the wheels tight. So right now, David Rubin is fighting a vibration.
And now the service for Montoya, who comes in with 32 to go, Ralph.
Well, and Adam, they had glued a spacer on that left rear. Remember, it was just about falling off the car. So they're only going to be able to change right side tires. That left rear is literally glued on the 42.
As the leaders cross the start-finish line after the cycle of stops, David Rudiman's advantage over second place Jeff Gordon, 3.2 seconds. Top 4 drivers in tonight's race looking for their first win of 2010. It's going to get good down the stretch.
Secret.
Welcome back to NASCAR on TNT, Chicagoland Speedway in Joliet, Illinois. Closing on the finish here. David Rudiman is the race leader. 4th different driver to lead here tonight. And while we were in break, Scott Speed with an interesting moment coming off of turn 4. Just missed the commitment cone, but because of where he was in relation to the track, no caution. He was able to get into his pit stall, and we stay green. Speed was running 19th when he got turned around. Elliott Sadler racing hard to stay on the lead lap. He's in 22nd right now. And the new man in second place is Carl Edwards.
Yeah, Carl's been running some pretty good lap times compared to Rudiman. I mean, he's just as fast, but unfortunately he's about 3 seconds behind the leader, so it's going to be hard to run him down.
With 23 to go, let's go through the field. We start with Phil Parsons.
You know, Adam, I reported that David Rudiman had a significant vibration. I just jumped up on the pit box. Crew Chief Rodney Childers said he thought maybe that was low air pressure when they put these tires on. As the air pressure builds up, that vibration goes away. David has not mentioned it since that initial time, Matt.
Carl Edwards runs in the second position, trying to end a long winless streak, not only for himself, but get his owner Jack Roush, Roush Fenway Racing, a victory here in Chicagoland. Says the car is down on the nose and really good on the throttle, Marty.
Well, Matt, we talked about how Jeff Gordon wants to focus on wins. Currently, they have 0. They want bonus points for the chase. But this will be, yet again, another solid top 5 if Gordon can finish here. In fact, his 5th straight top 5, their best streak of the season, Ralph.
Marty, they made a half-round adjustment on the track bar. They went up on that track bar, and now the car is just too loose for Clint Boyer to get up there and challenge Jeff Gordon, Edwards, or Rudiman, for that matter, Matt.
The goal going in was to capitalize on the pole with a victory. Another one for Daytona 500 champion Jamie McMurray in the 1 car. But what they have done is turned in a solid performance. You look back to last year. He's working on his 5th top 5 finish, guys, this season. He only had 1 in all of 2009.
In Countdown to Green earlier tonight, Larry McReynolds said the trend here, multiple cautions late. Right now it's green, and race leader David Rudiman hopes it stays that way.